Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. It has been a while, and I know I've been saying that in almost every video I've been uploading recently, but man, we've had a rough week. And by we, I mean not just Brandon and I, but our community at church. And that's because one of our friends passed away earlier this week, or last week. Today's Monday, right? Today's Monday. So actually a week ago, he passed on Monday. It's weird because it's shaken us up. Obviously, you know, we're still mourning and really sad about our loss, but at the same time, there's been so much peace, and I hope to explain that better in a little bit. But what happened was our friend Michael, he's really young. He's 34. He was 34 when he passed. And we met him about a year ago. He joined our church with his wife shortly after they moved to Korea. And Michael is Korean and his wife is American. They moved out to Korea, joined our family community group, shared their story with us, and we've been friends since. And there were periods of time where it felt like he was getting much better. Sabrina, his wife, has been keeping us updated on his progress, and it's been just such a blessing to see someone going through something so rough. I mean, he had stage 4 stomach cancer, but every Sunday we got to see him, or the times we got to hang out with him outside of church, it just felt like often I forgot that he was sick, right? Because he just never showed his pain. He was never complaining. Like, he was just so amazing to be around. And recently, a few weeks ago, he went back into the hospital, and we've all just been praying and just hoping that he'd get better. And last Sunday, Brandon and I, and some of our friends, we decided, okay, we have to go see him at the hospital tomorrow, which was last Monday. And it's crazy how things unfolded, because on Monday, one of our friends, he ended up having a day off from work. Some holiday, some school-related holiday. It wasn't a national holiday, but a school-related holiday that gave him a day off from work. And then that morning, my meeting with my client got canceled last minute, unexpectedly. Brandon had already taken a day off from work because of the online course he was taking, and just so all these things lined up, and we planned to go to the hospital by 2 p.m. on Monday, but our friend Michael ended up passing away at 10:30, and it was just minutes after his wife texted all of us saying that you know, she thinks the end is near. So we just scrambled to go to the hospital. And yeah, I was there with a few of my friends. Our pastor was there, and you know, I've never had someone, well, first of all, someone close to my age, pass away from cancer. Like, even in my family, I've never lost anyone to cancer, so it was a very shocking experience for me personally. And on top of that, like, I actually knew him, you know, he wasn't just like a Facebook friend or an acquaintance. So I don't even have the words to explain it anymore. But yeah, so Monday we went to the hospital, Tuesday we attended the service, and then another service on Saturday, and it's just been the longest week. But I just have to say, like, man, his wife Sabrina, like, I've never seen that kind of faith in anyone, where she's like the epitome of a woman of faith. I feel like she's so classy in terms of like how she carries herself, how strong she is. They also have 2 children, so she's being strong for her children, but at the same time, I think she has shared very openly about, you know, the times when it's really hard for her and she'd break down, but just having very open conversations with her children. And her eulogy that she gave for her husband was just incredible. I didn't want her to stop talking. My only regret that I have, and I'm sure our friends around us, is, man, we wish we knew him better, you know. And Sabrina kept saying, you guys met Michael at a different time in his life. Like, you guys met him after he was sick, and I wish that you all got to know who he is. I mean, you got to know him, the core of who he is. That hasn't changed. But yeah, like the stories that she was sharing, like she had family members and friends like just flying from across the world, and we were all gathered in one place just talking about Michael. And for our community group, many of us have known Michael and Sabrina for less than a year. Some of us have known them for like 3 months. And so to hear all these things about who he was, it was just, it was an honor to know him in the short period of time that we did. But I want to say I was just so encouraged by the people in our community group. And I feel like this is one of the most impactful moments of experiencing what it means to be in a community. And I say that because like I already knew the people, the families in our group, they're amazing, but just to see everyone step up and help in so many different ways and just show Sabrina and her kids like how loved they are, it was just so cool for me to be a part of that and to witness that. And I was just really proud to call these people my friends. I mean, all of us were saying like how much we miss Michael, but we're so jealous because, you know, he's with Jesus now, and you know, the end to his suffering, it's done, right? So it's this mourning together, but also finding joy together that I haven't experienced before. So I'm very, very thankful for that. Seriously, up until this past week, I feel like time has been flying. I feel like it's always Monday or it's always Sunday. And this was the first time that time like really stopped for me, and it took like every ounce of like energy that I had left to sit here and to show up, because it got me questioning too, you know, like what is the purpose of my life? Like, am I adding any value? Like, what am I doing with my life? What am I doing on YouTube? What am I doing with the students that I'm teaching? You know, it made me question a lot of things. That's where I'm at. Like I'm having a hard time talking about it right now, but still processing. But I wanted to at least show up today and work this out with you, kind of share where I am currently. Okay, so I guess that was the rough part of my week, but there were also some highlights as well. And okay, how do I begin to talk about this? About a month ago, I was on YouTube, like I was on my homepage, and usually, you know, like you have like your subscriptions tab and then the trending tab and the home tab. And when you're in the home tab, YouTube like recommends videos to you, right, based on the genre of videos you like to watch, or maybe certain products you're interested or whatever. And 99% of the time, whenever YouTube recommends something to me, it's like, ew, why would you recommend that to me? I would never watch that. And oh man, I'm not naming names, but there's certain channels where it's like, YouTube, you don't even know me, you don't know me at all, you know? But a month ago, YouTube recommended a channel to me, and the channel is called Stark Skincare. And I'm hoping that most of you guys already know who Jess is from Stark Skincare. What was it? I think, man, it's blurry because I've watched pretty much all of her videos at this point, but I think the first one that I ever watched might have been the one where she talked about how she doesn't believe in skin types. I think. I could be wrong. Nope, that's wrong because she uploaded that video 2 weeks ago. So anyway, it doesn't matter, right? But I fell in love. I fell so hard for Jess's channel. And the reason I fell so hard for her was, one, like, Jess has the best laugh. Like, I've commented and I've told her that, but I'm just so naturally drawn to people that have like such a good natured laugh. And if I could think of one other great example, is Tim Ferriss. Like, I could listen to his podcast for the longest time and I could just listen to him laughing, and it brings me so much joy. So I feel the same way about Jess. And not only that, but what I really like is that her videos, they're not like high production at all. In fact, it just feels like you're FaceTiming with a friend, and I love that vibe that she gives off. That's when you know it's truly good content, right? Because some of the lower quality videos, it's, you know, honestly not as interesting to watch, especially if the content isn't great, or even if the content is okay, like you wish it was HD or whatever. But seriously, none of those thoughts have ever crossed my mind while I've been listening to Jess. And what else have I noticed about her videos? I want to say, or I really think she doesn't edit her videos, or it's like so minimally edited that I don't even notice it at all. So really it feels like you're just video chatting with a friend. And I should probably give you a little bit more of a background on her, right? Jess is the owner of the brand Stark Skincare, and she is a one-woman show. Like, she hand makes all of her products, and she has this YouTube channel now where she just is very transparent about ingredients and products, not just about her own, but I feel like she's so generous in the information that she shares. I feel like she could easily charge for all of her knowledge, but it almost feels like you're just watching a video of like your older sister like telling you stuff, explaining like what myths you shouldn't believe when it comes to green beauty, or you know, why you shouldn't buy into hypes of certain things. And I really like the approach that she takes when it comes to skincare. And even though she is a green beauty brand owner, she's definitely not like a purist or an elitist in terms of, oh, if you use, you know, products that aren't fully clean, then something's wrong with you, or, you know, just kind of making people feel excluded. Like, she doesn't do that at all, and she's just so down to earth. And, you know, I've only been watching her for a month, and luckily I had the chance of like reaching out to her. Like, I felt so strongly about her content that I messaged her, and I was like, Jess, I've been really enjoying your videos, and, you know, totally fangirling over here by myself, like I tend to do when I really find someone that makes such an impact. And then the crazy part is she wrote back saying like she loves my videos and she's been watching me too, and it was like, what? Just mind blown, right? Like how I felt when, you know, Christine and I kind of linked up. So anyway, Jess and I have been talking back and forth, and I really wanted her to know just how much joy and, I guess, comfort that her content has brought to me. And I really want to encourage you guys to go check her out. Her videos, I've enjoyed so many of her videos that I can't give you like, you know, where to start. I really think you should just head over. I'll link it down below, and then just, you know, click on ones that like speak to you. So if I had to share like maybe top 3 or which ones I've really enjoyed recently, I love the one where she talks about packing for a long trip. That one made me giggle a lot, and lots of little great nuggets of information in there. Her video about are essential oils dangerous? Absolutely enjoyed. I loved her video. She did one with her husband on perfectionism, and actually in that video with her husband Adri recommended a book called How to Be an Imperfectionist, and that has become like hands down maybe one of my top 5 or top 10 favorite books. Ow. I listened to it on Audible, and it's so funny, I found myself savoring it. Like, I would only reserve that book for my drives back and forth from work. So it's about a 40-45 minute drive when there's traffic. So I actually look forward to my car rides because I know I'm going to have like uninterrupted Audible listening to that book time. So I highly recommend that book, especially if you're like me and you struggle with perfectionism. Check that out. I loved her video on sunscreen, and her videos are like such a good length. Like, I love long videos when they're done right? And I know some of you guys do too, because you get excited when my videos are really long, even though, you know, as a content creator, I'm like, oh, it's so long. So yeah, if you're like me, I think you would appreciate Jess so much. Also, if you've been with me for a while, you know that I just love the story behind the brand, sometimes more than the product. I love hearing about the brand, like how the brand was born, like the obstacles that the owners went through to give birth to their company. And you know, that's why probably I love podcasts like NPR's How I Built This. I love that because, you know, oftentimes you look at a successful company and you think, man, it just, sometimes it seems like an overnight success, or these people just got lucky, or they had the right resources. But you listen to a podcast like How I Built This and you hear about all these people, these successful people, you hear about their failures and how they overcame it. And so after I got to know Jess through her YouTube channel, I went over to her website and I was just immediately interested in her products. She doesn't carry like a whole bunch of different products. Yeah, even in her videos, like she does not, it doesn't ever feel like she's selling you something, which was also a huge factor for me. And because I already felt this like trust with her because of her sharing her knowledge, her experiences, yeah, I felt that connection to her and I was just very intrigued, and I went to check out her website. And I haven't pulled the plug on any of her products, which is nuts, right? Like I feel like I'm raving about this brand and I have not tried any of her skincare products. So her products are currently on my wish list. I'm really trying to control myself to get through what I already have in my collection before I make new purchases. But as I was exploring her website, I ended up reading her blog. And not only is she such a well-spoken, like she's so funny. She's fun and she's funny. She's a great speaker. You'll definitely be engaged, but also I love her writing style. It just feels like a really friendly email, like something that I want to keep developing and learning, especially when sending out my own newsletters. So I just like Jess's style, just overall. I started reading her blog and I remember I came across this one post about acne. Towards the end, she linked this program that she created called 21 Days to the Best Skin of Your Life or something like that. And I clicked in, and like I mentioned, I just already had my trust. And so I saw this program and gosh, let me see if I can read a little bit of like the blurb about it. So it says like, you've probably tried all the products, you know, with some success, and your skin issue just keeps coming back. And it's not just with acne, but it could be with whatever skin issue that you've been struggling with. She goes on to say that your skin feels disconnected from you and it's trying to tell you something. And in this program, she wants to teach you how to like listen to your skin. And I know that could sound a little bit weird, especially if, you know, you're looking for a quick fix. Like, no, just tell me which products to use so I can, you know, like heal my eczema or my psoriasis or acne or whatever. But I was just reading about what you would receive if you signed up for this course. And I'll let you guys go and check that out for yourself. But it's not a free program, by the way. And of course, like, I was a little bit hesitant in investing in it because I know for me in the past I have signed up for other blogs or websites where it's like, hey, if you sign up for our newsletter, we'll give you a free, like a week-long program to clear skin, or here's a free ebook. And I've had my share of doing that, and only to just kind of read and go, oh, I already knew this. Yes, I should eat better. I should exercise. I should be gentle with my skin. You know, I did initially have those thoughts like, okay, what if I pay for this program and then I don't get much out of it, or I don't actually implement anything that Jess suggests? But something felt very different. Like I just had a different feeling about this course. And again, it could be that because I felt so connected to her already. So, man, it was pretty late at night, and a part of me, to be honest, I think I like deliriously bought it. And the next morning I was like, okay, gosh, I hope I didn't make a mistake here. But yeah, there was something stirring inside me about, I should try it out. It's only 21 days, and you know, you guys know me, like I love myself a good challenge sometimes. I did like a 30 days of decluttering on Instagram last year, and then, you know, I did the Unfancy remix where I chose 10 pieces from my closet to make 10 outfits in 10 days, you know, the whole capsule wardrobe thing, etc. I dove right in, and I really like how the program is broken down, and I'm trying to be careful not to reveal too much because, you know, I want to respect Jess put a lot into this program. I know she did. And so I want to kind of, you know, share some of the things, but not all of the things. And she breaks it down into 3 weeks, and I really liked that they were modeled after a skincare ritual. So I think week 1 is cleanse, week 2 is tone. No, I can't believe I can't remember this right now, but I believe it's cleanse, hydrate, tone, weeks 1, 2, 3. And what I really liked is once you start the course, you can't just zoom through everything. So when I first started week 1, it only unlocked certain lessons at a time, and then I would have to wait for a certain date for it to unlock the rest. And I loved that because I know me, and when I want to get into something and something interests me, I have a tendency to just really dive in and just go through everything to finish it because I want to soak it up. And then if there's no application process, then really, like, what good is that, you know? If you don't actually apply the lessons that are learned, then it's just kind of like, it's just head knowledge, right? So I really liked that. I liked the pacing of the program, and it's not what you think. It's not what you think in that she's just gonna give you this like really rigorous diet plan to follow, or she's trying to sell you any of her skincare products. It's actually nothing like that. I think there was like one sentence in the program where she like kind of suggested a product, but like that was it. Like there's no mention of actual skincare products in there, which I loved. And in fact, I was telling Jess just how much I've gotten out of her program, to the point where I was just raving about my experience with it to a friend. My friend was driving me home from the funeral. I don't know how we got to talking about this, but I started talking to her about the 21 days program, and here I am like going on and on about this brand, and I haven't even tried her products. So I really fully believe in it. And what I was telling Jess was, you know, as someone on YouTube, when you guys ask me for recommendations on, you know, what products I use to help my acne or fade hyperpigmentation and this and that, a lot of, like, there are products that I absolutely love, and I'm happy to share my experience with it, but I have a hard time just specifically telling you to use a certain product because all of us, our skin's so different, right? And obviously, I'm sure you've heard this from like every other YouTuber, but what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. So I'm happy to share my experience with the products, but I also don't want to always be recommending products to you. And the reason I'm so passionately sharing this program is because I think there's just so much more. There's so much more, and in this program are all the resources that I wish I had, that I would share with you in terms of helping you to heal your skin, to connect with your skin, to really understand. Because I don't know if you guys remember this, but I actually made a video, a gratitude video on my acne. And because it's something that has been such an insecurity of mine for so long, like, I wanted to change the story that I've been telling myself about my acne. And I believe I made it sometime last year, but I wanted to find ways for me to love and appreciate my acne. And not to say that after I filmed that video I figured it out, because no, there are days where I'm like, I don't want to see anyone, I don't want to do anything, I just want to stay home and not wear makeup and just, you know, just be. One of the things that Jess really helped me, reminded me about, is my acne's trying to tell me something and I need to listen. So it's actually my body doing its job, and it's crying out for help. And I've kind of talked about this already in my gratitude video, but it was really awesome to hear that from her. And instead of like warring against it, like, I want to be aligned with what's going on inside of me, right? And, you know, let's say something was wrong with one of my organs, like my liver, like I can't see that, right? So I feel like it's easy to ignore. But of course, if like I'm suffering from hormonal acne, because it's like literally like in my face when I look in the mirror, it makes me want to like take action, right, in some way, and not just like punish it by using like products that will sting and burn and, you know, sit there squeezing pimples and stuff. But I think I'm done with the course. I wasn't sure because here's the crazy thing. When I signed up for this course and I contacted Jess to let her know what a positive impact it's had on me, she was telling me that she hasn't touched the program in 2 years because I can tell it was such a huge labor of love. And I understood it when she said this, but it's like she put so much into it that after she created this program, she just needed some space away from it, and she hadn't been like promoting the program or yeah, just like I guess marketing it, like telling people to sign up. Like she just kind of, you know, like created some space between herself and the program. But after we spoke, she was telling me that she feels really strongly and really inspired by, you know, what it's done for me, that she wants to relaunch the whole thing. Crazy enough, this past week she told me she's been really hard at work to just relaunch, revamp, and start talking about it again. And she also talks about this program as it's the one skincare product that you won't have to ever repurchase. And once you sign up for the program, you have access to it forever. So whatever new resources, content she adds to it, like you have that for the rest of your life. And by the way, I think this goes without saying, but Jess is not paying me to say this. If you guys sign up, which I highly encourage, only after you watch Jess's videos and you fall in love with her. So I'm not pushing this on you, but I just wanted to share it as something that has been super impactful for me. Yeah, so I'm not being paid to say this. I don't make any kind of commission or whatever if you guys do sign up. I think that's pretty much it. But this is just I want to share this with you because already I'm like, I want to get my sister on this program. And once I feel that strongly, like it's something I want to share with my sister who's like not that into beauty products at all, then I know it's worth sharing, right, with you guys. Gosh, I'm sure there's so much more to say. You know, it's one of those things where there's so much going on, and so that overwhelm, it's not helping me to like speak about it in the way that's satisfying to me. But also, again, I know that's like me trying to be a perfectionist, so I'm going to just put that out there. If you guys are already watching Jess's videos, like I would love to hear your thoughts about her stuff, like down below. Like let's have a conversation about it. I'm so excited for her to just keep growing. Like I can already tell, like she has less than 1,000 subscribers now, but I feel like the engagement on her videos is extremely high, and I know that whoever's watching just loves and adores her. What else did I want to say? Oh, I'd also be curious too, if you guys are already fans of Stark skincare products, please let me know which ones are your favorites. I'd love to hear, like I've read reviews, rave reviews, and I would love to talk to someone that's used her products and loved them. So please tell me your experience with them down below in the comments if you feel like it. It's crazy how much I already feel my energy has changed since starting this video. Because actually this morning I was messaging with Christine, and she very vulnerably shared about like the breakup that she just went through with her boyfriend in her most recent Get Ready With Me video. And as I was watching that, I was really like, I really felt her pain. And then she went on to talk about how like, wow, this is really therapeutic for me to, you know, get ready with you and like process it out loud. And one of her friends has encouraged her to, you know, journal what's going on with her and to really allow herself to feel the pain. And after I watched her Get Ready With Me, I texted her and I told her that, you know, like, I'm sure you have like a ton of friends that you could already do this with, but if you ever want to talk to anyone, like, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And yeah, she just texted back saying thanks, and that she's been really enjoying my videos and to keep it up. And I was telling Christine, like, it means so much to hear that from you, because I was seriously, I was doing everything not to sit down and film today. I was just procrastinating because I didn't know where to start to talk about Michael and this week. But I was also so excited to talk about the 21 days program. So I was very conflicted. But I'm glad I'm here, and I'm tasting the therapy, or when Christine said the whole process of talking out loud, it being therapeutic. I'm reminded of that again, because I know I've had really hard days in the past, and you know, I've still showed up for a morning chat, and every time I do, and every time I open myself up to you guys, you're just so supportive, and you say the things that I need to hear, not just to flatter me or whatever. But it's crazy because I haven't met most of you, but I feel like sometimes you know exactly what I'm going through, and you really accept me even when I feel my crappiest. So thank you very much. So yeah, I definitely feel that shift in my energy as I'm talking about what's, you know, bringing me joy. What else did I want to add? I take notes on my phone like I always do, because I hate when I, like, after I film, like, no, I didn't talk about this. Okay, so you guys might be wondering, did my skin actually clear up after this program? And I want to say yes and no. So the reason I can't fully say yes is because I have been testing out some products, and pretty sure I had reactions to it, because I found myself breaking out in places I don't normally break out anymore. So I think it's definitely some sort of an allergic reaction. Because of that, I did have some breakouts like on my cheeks here, and my forehead is still a little bit clogged, but that's okay. I mean, it's already fading. Once I stopped using those products for a little while and I went back to my normal skincare, like my stuff in my collection, my skin calmed down significantly. But what did change was my approach to how I feel about my acne. Like, I no longer, okay, not no longer, but it's definitely lessened a lot, where I look into the mirror, I'm not like completely filled with dread. There's definitely been a huge shift in my mindset and the story that I'm telling myself ever since I started this program. You know what's an excellent example of my mindset? Like, do you guys even remember the last time I worked out? Because it's been that long. You know, I went through so many cycles of guilt and shame about, I should work out, but I don't want to, but I should. And I know if I did, my skin would probably clear up. I'd probably start eating better as a result. And it's just this shame cycle, right? But something changed in me while I was taking part in Jess's program. And I suddenly had this desire to work out. Like, I want to work out. It went from I want to work out to I want to work out. Like, I know that I let stress build up inside of me sometimes, and I personally hate it when people like tell me, oh, like exercise relieves stress. Not when everyone says it, but when I hear it in like a very pushy kind of way, I don't like that. It actually makes me want to rebel and do the opposite. I just want to like eat a bag of salt and vinegar chips and like not share with anyone. Like, I get into that mindset. But something clicked, and last week, it's so crazy. I've been asking Brandon for a CrossFit membership for a while. He's so busy at work right now that like, he could hook me up with a membership very easily. There's one right by my house, but I know he has a lot on his plate, and he told me that he'd set me up with membership when I got back from Malaysia, and it didn't happen. But also, like, I didn't want to only rely on Brandon for, you know, me to start being responsible for my health. And so I've been thinking that there is this one fitness center near me. It's like more, I don't know if I want to say high end, but it's nicer than other fitness centers that I have been to, and they actually offer group classes, like classes that I'm interested in. So if you guys are familiar with Les Mills, I think it's a program developed in New Zealand, I believe, but they're so fun. There's a lot of them. There's Body Balance, Body Combat, Body Pump that I could think of off the top of my head. And Body Balance is basically like a pretty fast moving, intense yoga session, but with like really good music. And the instructors for this program, they're like really upbeat, and the class is just really fun. So I know that there was a fitness center around here that offered that, but at the same time, it's like, oh, but I could do CrossFit for free at a really nice CrossFit gym. Like, I'll just wait to do that. But I got to a point where, like I said, I didn't want to wait anymore. And I've been seriously thinking about signing up for Les Mills. And then one day, Brandon comes home with like a flyer, and usually he and we do not take flyers off the street because there's always people handing stuff out here. You know, one, it's just like unnecessary garbage we're inviting to our home, and two, it's like, I used to take it, especially from the older ladies, because I felt bad. But what did Brandon say? It's like when you take those flyers, you're creating a demand for them to make more. So now we just like kindly refuse and smile and walk away. But for whatever reason, he came home with this flyer, and I just remember it because it was on the floor, and I thought, oh, okay, I have to pick it up and throw it out because, yeah, it just, you know, it was garbage on the floor, right? So I go over to pick it up, and it was a flyer for that fitness center. And they were offering a 3-day pass to go and do the group classes. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is a sign. So Friday, I actually walked in and I said, hey, I want to come in next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I want to sign up if I like it. But yeah, so guys, I went today, and I think that also set the tone for me a little bit too in terms of like my energy, because usually I'm quick to be like, okay, calm down, don't celebrate yet, you know, it's only, you went to one class. But again, I'm moving away from beating myself up, and it's like, good job, like I went today, I could have not gone. So I'm celebrating the fact that I went. I really broke a sweat. Class was so fun. Our instructor looks like, he's like the prettiest, he looks like a K-pop star, and just, it was fun. And because I went this morning at 11, the class wasn't full at all, and I think I was like probably the youngest person in the class, and that was really cool to see, like these women that were probably, some of them looked like they would even be older than my mom, just being there and just doing yoga to Justin Bieber and like John Legend, and it was really fun. So I'm very, very happy about that. I'm gonna try to keep this up, not because I want to punish myself, but because, so cheesy, because I want to love myself better. I don't even think I finished answering this question, but I said, no, my skin didn't clear up because I had reactions from the products I was testing, but my mindset definitely changed. And also my hormonal acne, I mean, I still have the dark spots, I always do, and I do have 2 active breakouts, but I'm not gonna do it. But if I were to touch my face, like, they don't hurt, and that is huge for me. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it's like the facial massages I started incorporating, or I'm trying to drink more water these days too. That's another struggle for me. But my spots are there, my discoloring is there, but it feels different. Like there's no pain there, and I don't want to angrily attack my face, so I'm celebrating that. I'm really glad that I showed up today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, or if you just want to let me know how you're doing, please leave them for me down below in the comments. I know I haven't been great about getting back to everyone. That's another story. But just know that I read everything, okay? Even if I can't get back to you right away, I read everything, and I thank you for taking the time to leave a comment. I know it takes a lot. Even for me, when I watch videos that really resonate, I don't always leave comments or feedback or things like that. So yeah, if you do, thank you so much, and I will see you guys soon. I'll see you this Thursday. Bye!